Bama versus Missouri this weekend in Como. Joe, this game smells to me. It smells to the highest heavens. I think we have a good old-fashioned strength versus weakness here for one of these teams, and it's a massive matchup for the SEC. How do you see it going down?
In between the white line, you control that. You do. When you walk out of this tunnel, you control that. I cannot wait to watch how violent you're going to play today. I cannot wait to watch how fast you're going to play today.
We're undefeated. We got Alabama. We think we got them right where we want them. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I love you guys. You get every ounce of energy, everything you got from me. You need that from each other. Everyone's counting on you. Strain, focus, discipline, execution is what's going to happen out there.
Justin Jefferson with a huge sack. Ty Simpson to Ryan Williams.
We not done.
And walks in the end zone for an Alabama touchdown. Intercepted. That's Keon Sabb. Ball's on the deck. Recovered by Alabama.
We not done. Man, I catch chillin'.
Welcome everybody to another edition of the Kalen DeBoer Show presented by Truckworks along with the head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide. I'm Chris Stewart. Coach, congratulations. Great 27-24 road victory in SEC play against a previously undefeated Missouri team.
Yeah, big win for us. Just stacking wins against really good teams. And I'm proud of the guys. It takes a lot, and they're motivated to do some things that are special this season, but you got to do the work, and they did it all week long. They came out here, it wasn't perfect. There's some things I think we could have done to put the game away, but in the end, you find a way to win on the road against a really good football team. Took them out of their game, I think, in a lot of ways, but just proud of the fight that these guys have.
You talked about resiliency in your team many times so far this year, and the ability to overcome even early adversity. Missouri scores very quickly. Your team comes right back, answers, which seemed to be very, very big in this game. In fact, you scored 17 straight before they would get back on the board.
Well, I think it goes back to there's a belief and trust that exists between each side of the ball, special teams, just that they're going to do their job. And even if you don't have a series that goes well, first drive, they go down and score on us, okay, we got to have their back. And proud of the offense for that. Later in the game, we fumble second half, and the defense doesn't get the stop, but they keep playing, and really made it hard on Missouri in the second half. And so finding a way to win at the end, just that's what it's about. And so each side of the ball just focused on their job, trusting. I always say trust their buddies, trust their buddies around you to go do their job. And just go 1-0 each play. But it's a mindset. It's got to be real. It can't just be something that's like, yeah, I believe in these guys. It's got to be real.
All right, let's take a look at some real highlights from the first half.
They're down and 8. Simpson steps up and gets a complete pass midfield for a first down to Brooks. Simpson on the boot with a blocker in front, and Simpson will stride out close to that line and gain. Motion Miller back in on 2nd and 1. And Simpson to pass. And he gets his tight end, Josh Cuevas, right in that mid-pocket for a first down. Simpson on 2nd and goal. And Riley takes it across the line for a touchdown reception. Simpson, as he gets it complete right at the sticks to Bernard. First down with blockers in front as Jam Miller able to have a burst up the sideline. We're down in 12. A-gap pressure is picked up. Straight to the end zone is caught for a touchdown by Isaiah Horton. A 16-yard touchdown strike. Simpson to Horton. 3rd and 8 for Bo Pelula and the Tigers. And he is sacked. He is brought down. Simpson on 3rd down. Steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to tuck and run and have the first down and a heck of a lot more as he gets upended past midfield in that big win at Georgia. 2nd and 9, and he gets this complete for a first down. That goes to Isaiah Horton this year. This from 47. And that helps the cause as Talty puts it through. Is in on 3rd and 8 as they run for Beulah, and they run him to the boundary and ball's out. It looks like Northfleet was quick to jump on it, but the ball came out. Jam Miller as he's able to find space past midfield.
The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by the University of Alabama, where legends are made. Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar.
Coach, they do score before halftime, but your team's going to get the ball first to start the second half. Talk to us about the message going into the break.
Yeah, just that it's 0-0, and I guess we really wanted to make it that way because we gave them some points right away with the fumble and then them scoring. But, you know, that's the locker room, again, I just think about the last few weeks at halftime. There's good energy, all about, again, solving problems, solutions, going to make plays, real juice, you know, not the fake stuff that just kind of dissipates. I love where our heads are at. We're focused on the right things to go win a football game.
Your offense does give up football and deep in their own territory. The defense does allow the touchdown just a couple of plays later, but as you said, they didn't seem rattled. Talk about how you're able to move the football down the field, get some things done from that point forward, and ultimately win the game.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think we flinched. You know, it just, again, goes back to going to work. And we've been in this now a number of times, these type of situations, and just finding a way to win. That's what it's all about.
Let's take a look at the second half highlights.
Play action. Simpson gets it to Brooks, and Brooks, who's going to be a really good one.
Oftentimes the running backs.
Miller straight ahead. That's a really good run by Simpson on 2nd and 11. Drives it to his tight end. Oh my. 366-pound Caden Proctor. Wildcat on his own. Oh, you do it, big man. How about that? Can Mizzou keep this drive going? For Beulah downfield. Oh, and right into the hands of Hubbard. 4th and 1. Simpson shuffles it ahead to Miller for a first down. With just over 9 minutes to play in regulation. Beulah able to escape and then tries to spin past LT Overton. Simpson on 3rd and 24. As he goes underneath to Riley, and Riley gets back some yardage to the 37. Simpson checking at the line. Play clock counting down. 4th down and 8. Can Bama convert? Simpson going deep. Lonnie Brooks against Toriano Pride.
What a throw.
3rd and goal for Simpson and the Tide. He goes underneath to his tight end Lewis. Simpson on 4th and goal to pass to the end zone. It is Daniel Hill, the 244-pound running back with the touchdown reception. 3rd down and 10. Oh, it is intercepted. Intercepted by Alabama Deshaun Lee. And that will do it.
Coach, your team a great job of hanging on down the stretch. Had to go for it on 4th down a couple of times on that final drive that gave you the 10-point lead, and then you're able to get the 27-24 victory.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the execution, and Ty was really the center of a lot of that on those 4th downs, and just, you know, got a lot of belief in him, and he made those plays, gave us the lead there, you know, and then obviously there was more to come.
Right, a lot more to come. Let's talk about a guy who had some big plays in this game, but he's been big for you since he's been on campus, Keon Sabb.
Just Keon, I think, getting better and better each week here, the last couple weeks in particular. And just it's been a grind for him coming back. The volume of things he's done just from a rep standpoint, he's playing better and better football every week. He's a guy you trust. You trust him out there. His communication is great, but we need him as a leader. We need him as a playmaker, and he's coming through right now for us. Awesome individual too.
Tri-Green Equipment allows us to go all access with Keon Sabb.
Steps, looks, fires, picked off again. Sabb again. Keon Sabb, his second interception, and the Tide turns away the Toppers again.
My name is Keon Sabb. I'm from Glassboro, New Jersey, and I went to high school in IMG Academy. I play safety, and I play it because I feel like I'm a general out there. Play basketball as well, and I was a point guard. I played football, I played quarterback, so now I'm on defense. I feel like it's pretty much the quarterback of the defense. My favorite thing about playing safety is, like I said, being able to be a communicator and ultimately help guys around me. I feel like I have the ability to multitask and be able to help here and do my job, so being at safety, it gives me that opportunity. Probably the least favorite thing is like this kind of the stigma some of the safeties get, like, oh, he's just a tackler or he's just a guy in the post. Like, there's some talented guys out there in the country, and safeties, we can do it all. The reason I chose to come to Alabama was truly family ties. I really just wanted to go to a situation where I could trust the coaches and really feel like they had my best interests. Going to portal it's a stressful time in your life, and you just want to be around good people that'll take care of you. Off the field, I'm more like a chill guy. I play the game. I go fishing whenever I can. Every year is always special for me, but coming off an injury and all the work that I put in from the day I went down, it's just gonna feel so good once we get the true reward. I'm truly blessed. The man above allowed me to come up today and be able to walk around and stuff like that again. So just truly blessed. So talking about the greatest fans in college football, Alabama, our fans, they're just so good to us. Never had any bad experiences, or anytime I go to meet any fans, they always take care of me and are respectful. So I always appreciate that.
The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar.
Coach, Red Diamond allows us to spend some time each week going all access with some of your assistants. Before we do, tell us about Robert Gillespie.
Coach G, special guy, man, and coming in here, I think back a year and a half, almost 2 years now, and you needed some stability and some guys that you could trust and work hard, and had been around the SEC and were great recruiters, and Coach G has just been just a staple for us, rock solid in every way. He's a team player, but finds his way to have a very important role each and every week, an important role in building the chemistry and the culture of our football team. He's an extremely hard worker, and so just real grateful that he's a part of this staff and he decided to stay with us.
Robert Gillespie works with the running backs, and we do go Red Diamond all access with the running backs coach for the Crimson Tide.
My name is Robert Gillespie. I'm the running back coach here at the University of Alabama. I've been fortunate. I tell people all the time that I'm only a good coach because of the players I've been able to be around. And I think some of that comes with trust. All those guys were once, 17, 18 years old, and they had the trust that I was going to give them the tools, to help them become better football players. Those characteristics that you see from a 17-year-old, you got to have guys that want to, work hard. You got to find guys that are up for the challenge that it takes to go day in and day out to compete and try to be the best. So, just being around some of those guys, Alvin Kamara, Michael Carter, Javonte Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs, those guys all signed up and said, hey, I want to go and have a chance to try to, become the best player I can be. And that challenges me every day. I want to coach guys that challenge me every day, that I have to find new ways to motivate them, new techniques to coach them to get them better at the details. So, it's been a fun ride, and, me and my family enjoy it every Sunday when you turn the TV on. And as one of the guys that my kids consider their brothers because they come to our house, they eat, They recognize my kids when they're out in public. So that's the fun part about it. It's very rewarding to see those guys fulfill their dreams. I think the first thing everybody wants, I think everyone wants you to be honest with them. And I think, you can sugarcoat it and dance around the details and the things that someone's not doing right, and then it builds up and it creates problems in the end. I think in the beginning you have to be honest and say, these are the things that I think you can get better at. And you have to also understand that my job is to be, critique you and correct you. And nobody in real life wants to be critiqued and corrected. But that's my job as a coach, to find the details that can help you become a better football player. So I think, I think the biggest thing is just, understand that my job is to push you and motivate you. And it's not going to always make you feel comfortable. But in the end, it's the thing, the push and the pull that gets you to where you want to be. But I think it all starts with being honest in the beginning and making them understand what my job is to help them become the best football player and man that they can become. Yeah, here's the deal. Football is like life, just sped up. We got minutes and quarters and half times. And in life, you don't have half times. In life, you don't have a certain amount of minutes. I mean, we do, we just don't know when the game is going to end. But you try to teach guys that if they approach football, being on time for meetings, waking up, dressing the proper way, tucking your shirts in, just the small details that we try to give you here while you're at Alabama. So that way when you leave and go out into the real world and you become a coworker, you become a father, you become a husband, you become an uncle because your sister just has a child. So all those things that you try to learn by being a football player are the things that's going to help you when you leave here in 3 to 4 years, which is the most important thing that we can do.
The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar.
Welcome back to the Kalen DeBoer Show, presented by TruckWorks. Coach, we look for the turning point presented by CB&S Bank. A couple of them probably in this game. Give us what you saw as a couple of the key ones today.
Yeah, I think the conversions on 4th down that got us on the board with the touchdown, I think those were key. The guys just coming through in the big moments. And it's not just about those 4th down plays, but it's actually the 3rd down ones that put us in a spot to go and have a play call and put it in a spot where we felt like we were in a manageable situation to convert. And so proud of the guys in the fight, the execution, especially in the big moments.
Simpson on 3rd and 24 as he goes underneath to Riley, and Riley gets back some yardage to the 4th down and 8. Can Bama convert? Simpson going deep. Lonnie Brooks against Toriano Pride.
What a throw.
3rd and goal for Simpson and the tie. He goes underneath to his tight end, Lewis. Simpson on 4th and goal to pass to the end zone. It is Daniel Hill.
The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide.
Coach, calendar says 3rd Saturday in October. That means what's next is, of course, the annual matchup with Tennessee.
Man, I've been so locked in, and we've been so locked in on just trying to get through this each and every week.
Right.
But it's here, and it's a big game. Obviously, just historically, a big game for both programs every year. But obviously, when you're talking about trying to make the climb through the SEC and hopefully have some postseason opportunities, it's another big game. So it's going to be good to be back at home. I love the environment that's created. Our guys feed off the energy. We need to have it rocking. I know it will be, and looking forward to that next Saturday.
And we'll be rocking even more so after your team's 27-24 victory here in Columbia. Congratulations again on the victory against the Tigers. We look forward to seeing you next week in Tuscaloosa as the Tide takes on Tennessee. ABC televised it beginning at 6:30. Radio coverage on the Crimson Tide Sports Network begins at 3:30. For Coach Kalen DeBoer, I'm Chris Stewart. Thanks for joining us. Roll Tide. Take care, everybody.
The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by the University of Alabama, where legends are made. Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar.